Let's move to text 31. O son of Pratha, that understanding which cannot distinguish between religion and irreligion, between action that should be done and action that should not be done, is in the mode of passion. Let's move to text 32. There is no purport to text 31. That understanding which considers irreligion to be religion and religion to be irreligion under the spell of illusion and darkness and strives always in the wrong direction, O Partha, is in the mode of ignorance. Let's read the purport. Intelligence in the mode of ignorance is always working the opposite of the way it should. It accepts religions which are not actually religions and rejects actual religion. Men in ignorance understand a great soul to be a common man and accept a common man as a great soul. They think truth to be untruth and accept untruth as truth. In all activities, they simply take the wrong path. Therefore, their intelligence is in the mode of ignorance. Yes. Let's move to text 33. O son of Pratha, that determination which is unbreakable, which is sustained with steadfastness by yoga practice, and which thus controls the activities of mind, life, and senses, is determination in the mode of goodness. Let's read the purport. Yoga is a means to understand the Supreme Soul. One who is steadily fixed in the Supreme Soul with determination, concentrating one's mind, life, and sensory activities on Supreme, engages in Krishna consciousness. That sort of determination is in the mode of goodness. The word avyabhicharinya, charinya, avyabhicharinya is very significant, for it indicates that persons who are engaged in Krishna consciousness are never deviated by any other activity. Yes. Let's move to text 34. But that determination by which one holds fast to fruitive results in religion, economical development, and sense gratification is of the nature of passion, O Arjun. Let's read the purport. Any person who is always desirous of fruitive results in religious or economic activities, whose only desire is sense gratification, and whose mind, life, and senses are thus engaged in the mode of passion. Let's move to text 35. It's a very small text. And that determination which cannot go beyond dreaming, fearfulness, lamentation, moroseness, and illusion, such unintelligent determination, O son of Pratha, is in the mode of darkness. Let's read the purport. It should not be concluded that a person in the mode of goodness does not dream. Here, dream means too much sleep. Dreaming is always present, either in the mode of goodness, passion, or ignorance. Dreaming is a natural occurrence. But those who cannot avoid oversleeping, who cannot avoid the pride of enjoying material objects, who are always dreaming of loading it over the material world, and whose life, mind, and senses are thus engaged, are considered to have determination in the mode of ignorance. Yes. Let's move to text 36. O best of Bharatas, now please hear from me about the three kinds of happiness by which the conditioned soul enjoys and by which he sometimes comes to the end of all distress. Wow. Let's read the purport. A conditioned soul tries to enjoy material happiness again and again. Does he choose the chewed? I love this statement. Does he choose the chewed? But sometimes, in the course of such enjoyment, he becomes relieved from the material entanglement by association with a great soul. In other words, a conditioned soul is always engaged in some type of sense gratification, but when he understands by good association that it is only a repetition of the same thing and he is awakened to his real Krishna consciousness, he is sometimes relieved from such repetitive so called happiness. या हम कितनी बार मूवी देखने जाएंगे और कितनी बार बाहर खाना खाने जाएंगे. That's what comes to mind. Text 37. That which is in the beginning may be just like poison, but at the end is just like nectar, and which awakens one to self realization is said to be happiness in the mode of goodness. Let's read the purport. In the pursuit of self realization, one has to follow many rules and regulations to control the mind and the senses and to concentrate the mind on the self. All these procedures are very difficult, bitter like poison, but if one is successful in following the regulations and comes to the transcendental position, he begins to drink real nectar and he enjoys life. Yes. Text 38. That happiness which is derived from the contact of the senses with their objects and which appears like nectar at first but poison at the end is said to be the nature of passion. Yes, a young man and a young woman meet, and the senses drive the young man to see her, to touch her, and to have sexual intercourse. In the beginning, this may be very pleasing to the senses, but at the end, or after some time, it becomes just like poison. They are separated, or there is divorce, there is lamentation, there is sorrow, etc. Such happiness is always in the mode of passion. Happiness derived from a combination of the senses and the sense objects is always a cause of distress and should be avoided by all means. Yes. Let's move to text 39. And that happiness which is blind to self realization, which is delusion from beginning to end, and which arises from sleep, laziness, and illusion, is said to be of the nature of ignorance. Let's read the purport. One who takes pleasure in laziness and in sleep is certainly in the mode of darkness, ignorance, and one who has no idea how to act and how not to act is also in the mode of ignorance. For the person in the mode of ignorance, everything is illusion. There is no happiness either in the beginning or at the end. For the person in the mode of passion, there might be some kind of ephemeral happiness in the beginning and at the end, distress. But for the person in the mode of ignorance, there is only distress both in the beginning and at the end. Yes. Let's move to text 40. There is no being existing either here or among the demigods in the higher planetary systems, which is freed from these three modes born of material nature. Yes. The Lord, let's read the purport. The Lord here summarizes the total influence of the three modes of material nature all over the universe. So, all the demigods also are the part of the material nature only. They are all in the material nature. Let's move to text 41. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material modes or chastiser of the enemy. There's no purport to this. Let's move to text 42. Peacefulness, self control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas work. Let's move to text 43. Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the natural qualities of work for Kshatriyas. 44. Text 44. Farming, cow protection, and business are the natural work for the Vaishyas, and for the Shudras there are labor and service to others. Let's move to text 45. By following his qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now please hear from me how this can be done. Yes. Let's move to text 46. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, a man can attain perfection through performing his own work. Let's read the purport. As stated in the 15th chapter, all living beings are fragmental parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. Thus, the Supreme Lord is the beginning of all living entities. This is confirmed in the Vedanta Sutra Janmadi Asya Yataha. The Supreme Lord is therefore the beginning of the life of every living entity. And as stated in the 7th chapter of Bhagwat Geeta, the Supreme Lord, by his two energies, his external energy and internal energy, is all pervading. Therefore, one should worship the Supreme Lord with his energies. Generally, the Vaishnava devotees worship the Supreme Lord with his internal energy. His external energy is perverted reflection of the internal energy. The external energy is a background, but the Supreme Lord, by the expansion of his plenary portion as Paramatma, is situated everywhere. He is the supersoul of all demigods, all human beings, all animals, everywhere. One should therefore know that as part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, one has his duty to render service unto the Supreme. Everyone should be engaged in the devotional service to the Lord in full Krishna consciousness. That is recommended in this verse. Everyone should think that he is engaged in a particular type of occupation by Rishikesh, the master of the senses, and by the result of the work in which one is engaged, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, should be worshipped. If one thinks always in this way, in full Krishna consciousness, then by the grace of the Lord, he becomes fully aware of everything. That is the perfection of life. The Lord says in Bhagwat Geeta 12.7, Tesham Teshram Aham Samudharta. The Supreme Lord Himself takes charge of delivering such a devotee. That is the highest perfection of life. In whatever occupation one may be engaged, if he serves the Supreme Lord, he will achieve the highest perfection. Yes. Let's end here with Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We'll start with text 47 tomorrow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna. Have a nice day.